Hi felters and crafters and welcome. So my name is Philippa and I am normally a needle felter and I do a bit of crochet, but I've just picked up my spinning again and I started about a year ago, got a spinning wheel, I've just waxed it all up so it's all nice and running smoothly. And then I stopped for a bit and so I've just started it up again. Now I do use the wool that I make for making sheep. I'll put a couple of pictures up. But the Tour de Fleece is on at the moment, which is a time when lots of people do a lot of spinning. And I'm sort of doing my own Tour de Fleece, just trying to get myself spinning every day. So I did purchase the Golden Fleece from World of Wool, which is like a mystery box, so it's quite exciting. It was about £26, really good price. So we're going to be opening some of those, and I thought this is my first week of spinning. I'm just going to show you how it's going. And I do have a goal and an ambition of something that I want to do, but these are all the mystery boxes. You get a little booklet that goes alongside it as well, so it's really good. So I'm looking forward to opening my first box. And I'll show you the boxes as I open them and spin them and the progress I make. And so I did get the World of Wool Advent Calendar, I think it was either last year or the year before, and these are some of the fibres from that, and I've been spinning them up. I do want some of it to be a bit chunky, but however, I'd like my spinning to be a bit better. Some of these were really difficult to spin with, so I literally did these about a week ago. And I've got overspin. That's my problem. I'm a beginner spinner. I'm trying to learn how to cope with it. That one was quite easy. That was the easiest. And you know, when you get a wool that's easier, obviously I'm trying to work out why, it makes such a difference. Look at the overspin on that brown one there. The little tight little curls, I can't remember what they call them. But I do know that if I wash them, I can get some of that out. And also I'm watching a lot of other spinners at the moment to try and learn from what they're doing through the Tour de Fleece. And I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, Gillian Eve and people like that, all really, really good. So I've washed them up and the white one really so far is my best. I am going to take pictures of some of my beginning bobbins and my later on bobbins and show you the plans of the one I want to do at the end. But you can see how much overspin. You can see the difference in, because they all go on the niddy noddy, which is the thing you wind it round, the same. But some of them have such tight, they're overspun, so such tight curls still in it. You can see the difference that it hangs down. It's really bizarre, but washing it has helped, and I'm going to be able to use it for the sheep. But look at the stretch on it. I'm sorry if there's any proper spinners watching, but this is my beginner journey. So I've caked them all up and they're all ready to use for making my sheep. And I've actually got some sheep down in an exhibition at the moment that have nearly all sold, so I might make some more for that. But you can see the size difference because my spinning, if it's thinner, it's a lot longer. So this is the first one we opened up and it's a lovely colour, really liked it. It's 67% merino, 33% soybean. And I found this quite easy to spin. It was really fluffy, really fluffy. You know, like I shave my dog and her hair goes everywhere, like sort of on your nose. It was like that. But here I am doing a bit of spinning with it. And I sort of split the slithers up and I pre-draft it. I'm learning to draft even more, but you know, not bad. I'm learning to load the bobbin better and move it along. You'll see it's a bit chunky in places. Obviously, my tension's not quite right. It's not sort of gone on very neatly, but this is a learning process. And, you know, I'm taking you along and showing you exactly how bad it can get. It does break quite a bit. I do tend to ply onto just some yarn that I have because that makes it definitely usable. The plying process is the fun part. It really is. But, and so this was a different one that I had from the Advent calendar a while ago. So here I am plying, I'd spun that. So I'm trying to every day do something, but I am going to carry on crafting this weekend. So I'm going to have to stop, but I will sort of give you a weekly update. And here I am, that's, what do they call those? The Lazy Kate. And then I'm plying this one back onto the colour of the actual yarn that it was in the Advent calendar. And I'm really enjoying what I'm producing. I've just got to make sure that I can use them. And I'll show you a blend towards the end. And I've got about 100 grams of it. And I'd like to blend it, ply it with itself and then actually make something because I crochet. I'm going to crochet something with it at the end. So that's going to be my end goal. But yeah, I feel I'm getting better. I'll show you the last one in a minute. Really pretty. It produces beautiful art yarn, I suppose it is. Here's me putting it on the niddy noddy, and you can see the amount of overspin because it keeps curling up. I think when I'm plying, I'm still having it a bit too tight, so I've got to work on it. But this is neater than the brown ones I showed you earlier. And that's the other Golden Fleece one that I plied up as well. So this is one of the advent calendars, so I'm pulling them out bit by bit just to keep myself busy. Lovely colour, and I'm going to ply it with that, which is the actual yarn, because they do 2 advents. They do a yarn one and a fibre one. So I've tried to combine them up so that I'm plying with the yarn one of the actual fibre colour. It's amazing how my spun wool looks very different. And here I am just trying a slightly different method. I can't remember the name of it. I think, Deborah, you told me the name of it the other day, if you're watching. And I started just trying a little bit. So you sort of pull little chunks and then you draft it out. And it works quite, I could do it, but it was still slightly thicker than what I wanted it to be. So I went back to the other method. Oh, I forgot my apron. I have to wear, I don't wear an apron cooking ever in my life, but with spinning, it really helps. So here I am, I've split it down and then I'm really pre-drafting, and that's definitely really helping. I go so slowly with my treadling. I'm watching a lady with her Ashford Kiwi 3, and she says she has to go so slowly. And I'm playing around with the tension all the time, and I'm getting there. I'm getting the feel a little bit better. This is fairly neat. It went on fairly evenly, like I moved it along. And so I'm going to apply it back onto that. And then this is the beautiful coloured fibre that I want to do towards the end. And someone I watched has done an Eat and Mess one, which is really similar. And they carded it first. I wonder if anyone has any thoughts on that, if there's any spinners watching. I have a carder, so I might try a little sample and see what it's like. But yeah, this is the fibre that I think is beautiful. It's apple pie. No, sorry, rhubarb crumble. It's not apple pie. Oh, is that apple pie? No, it's rhubarb crumble. So that's the one I'm going to do towards the end of the month, when hopefully my spinning skills are a bit better. So here I am tying up the green, but again, look at the overspin. Woo, stretchy. But yeah, so I've got to wash some of these. But I'm going down to Carry On Crafting this weekend because it's Friday the 10th, and hopefully there'll be some nice fibres down there that I can use for spinning or for my needle felting, because that's what I normally do on this channel. But yeah, really looking forward to it. So here's the second box, just opening it up from World of Wool from their Golden Fleece. It surprised me it was a plain colour. It's not white, it is cream. And so I was a bit not sure what colour yarn to put it with, because I do want to use it for making sheep. So I've got a couple of colours out. When you apply it on, you can sort of cover up the undercolour quite a bit. I like that beigey caramel one more so than the green. I have plied it, I have spun it up. I'll just show you it all done. I'm actually leaving it on the bobbin overnight like you're supposed to when you spin it. So I'm trying to learn how to do everything properly. But yeah, this was really long. I think it was still only 50 grams. This is Targhee, Blueface Leicester and Shetland. And it was really nice to spin, a lot easier than some of the ones I showed you earlier, the browns that I had from the advent calendar. If it's really silky, sometimes I just can't hold on to it. But here I am spinning it up, much easier. I feel I'm getting a little bit thinner. My drafting is getting a bit better, and it looks a bit more consistent on the bobbin. But there we go. So hopefully see you next week. Have a lovely weekend, everybody.